Good morning, everyone. I am Jennifer Matz, the Director of the Mayor's Office of Economic and Workforce Development, and we're here today to announce the 10-year lease for Riverbed at 680 Folsom Street, the soon-to-be beautiful 680 Folsom Street. It's a 167,000 square foot lease that recognizes, it's a 10-year lease that will recognize Riverbed's second decade here in San Francisco. We have the mayor, the CEO of Riverbed, Michael Covarrubias, the owner of the building, as well as the David Churton from JLL to give comments on this lease and its significance to the city. So without further ado, the mayor.
Thank you, Jen. Good morning. Welcome to the Super Bowl of innovation. That was my key in talking here. You know, while we didn't enjoy the other Super Bowl, we've been working on ours during this time, and I've always referred to San Francisco, and we continue to do this as the innovation capital of the world. And Riverbed's decision to sign a 10-year lease and work with the city to renovate a building in South of Market and to make sure that they are staying here and growing here is a reflection of not only their interests in making sure they continue finding the talent that exists here in the city, but also that the city, working with our real estate interests, as well as our IT companies, continue doing everything we can to make sure that they feel comfortable and that they are creating jobs. And again, I will say that job creation continues to be the top priority of this administration. And every time you hear about a major company like Riverbed making a decision like this, that is very significant. This is their headquarters, but it is their global headquarters. And to suggest that a 10-year lease is very important, well, let me tell you, they have over 500 people working today. And this additional new space that they've signed a 10-year lease for has about a total of about 168,000 square feet that will allow Riverbed to grow and add potentially over 650 additional jobs on top of their 500. IT work is growing in the city, and certainly we want it to grow because we have a lot of IT solutions to be had. The Riverbed's technology is important. It allows companies to have IT management at the highest level of efficiencies, from everything from file sharing to data management and storage and all kinds of wonderful things that technology people will have much better way of explaining than I do. But I do suggest to you that this yet is, again, another example of how we are working with CEOs like Jerry Cannelli and making sure we sit down and talk. And it was literally last fall that we sat down and we knew they were looking. They knew they were growing. And was it going to be here in San Francisco or some other place that we would lose them to? And our staff went work right away, and we found a great partner with TMG and Michael Covarrubias, and I like saying that name, by the way. It just rolls off the tongue. We just came together very well and just focused on what we could do to make sure they stayed here. And they know that there's talent here. That's unquestioned. I think it really is, are there other things that stabilize their ideas and their interests in working here long-term and staying here long-term and growing here, as we've had that philosophy. We want IT companies to start here. We want them to stay. We want them to grow. And as a result, we are evolving our policies on a weekly basis to continue attracting companies like Riverbed and making sure they feel comfortable. And then the end result is a lot more people get employed. You're going to see numbers continue to go down in our unemployment rate. It is at 7.6%, but I think I'm guessing that it'll go down even further, hopefully, with all of the companies that are still talking to us about what else we can do to help them. And as we do, they are hiring left and right. And so it's exciting for me to join today with Jerry and let him explain what it is that they do in a very detailed way. But again, it's the team. It's what the city is doing to make sure that we stay as an innovation capital of the world. So thank you very much for allowing me to announce this. And again, we'll have a chance to visit Riverbed soon. And I think once they get this lease construction started, they will move in about 2014. and then the lease goes from 2014 to 2024. And I hope to see them continue to grow, and we'll be down there cheering them on and also understanding more of the involvement of all their products. Thank you.
I just want to say, Riverbed started in 2002, and it's exceedingly gratifying from where I stand to see a company of its size and its stature in the tech world make a decision to remain in San Francisco and to grow its global headquarters here. So with that, I'd like to introduce Jerry Kennelly, the CEO of Riverbed.
Thank you, Mary Lee. It's very exciting for us, too. In fact, we just announced this internally to our own employees on Friday and sent around a photograph of the new building, and I've gotten a lot of excited emails back from the staff. When you work in tech, particularly in the Bay Area, what you realize is that every day it's a war for talent. We're all fighting to get the best and brightest, and our whole business is about intellectual property, and that comes from the minds of the people that we attract, and we found that San Francisco is a key location for attracting that talent. My business partner and I started the company 10 years ago this year in San Francisco, the two of us, and we'll pass 1,700 employees worldwide this year and over 500 in the city, and that number will grow and grow. And so, as was stated earlier, we'll start our second decade here in the city, and hopefully for a long time to come. You know, we're a little unusual among the tech companies in the city. Most of them, a lot of them are what I call web-based companies, which is a good business. Riverbed is actually a deep industrial strength network technology company. We make heavy-duty equipment for the largest government and corporate networks in the world. We're more like a Cisco or an HP or an EMC in the type of technology we do. So we're a little bit unusual to be up in the city. And in fact, when we were starting the company, I had to have some discussions with my early investors about why I wasn't down in Silicon Valley. But I won that argument, and I'm glad. And you know, we've had a good run here. You know, we just finished a quarter of $200 million, which puts us at an $800 million run rate. We hope to pass the $1 billion run rate in the next year or two or three, and soldier forward as a global headquarters in downtown San Francisco. So thank you very much.
So we wouldn't be here celebrating a lease announcement without a building, and I encourage you all to look at what 680 Folsom looks like today and juxtapose it against these renderings. What is being done is not just good for jobs in the economy, it is also good for the urban landscape. And I'd like to thank Michael Covarrubias for his work to date on transforming 680 Folsom.
Thank you. This is about the 20th project we have done in San Francisco, and as Jen has more than repeatedly implied, it is visually challenged in its current state. But we think that we've put together a great design. Our partners, Rockwood Capital and us, have hired the best architects with SOM, one of the best, sorry. We're really pleased with the design. I want to say it is a partnership because both Jerry and his company have decided to go here, but it was also the city and the mayor's office that has been helpful at keeping technology companies here. So it is a joint effort. We think that the beauty of the building is after you take off the skin, it has amazing attributes that you probably have read about in our press release. It is 35,000-foot floor plates, 15-foot floor-to-floor slabs, which is very unusual in the city. So the tenants who will be occupying this building will have some amazing space, amazing views, and our rehab is one that's going to be as good as can be done with a building of any nature. So we're very proud of it, and we're proud to be in partnership with Jerry and Riverbed as well as the city. And thank you very much.
So it really did take a team of folks in order to bring this deal together. And we had great assistance from David Churton at Jones Lang LaSalle in helping close this deal for the city and for Riverbed.
Good morning, everybody. I'm David Churton with Jones Lang LaSalle, and it was a real honor to represent Riverbed Technology in this transaction. It was a 14-month process. And just a quick comment, I'd like to just really thank and congratulate Jerry and his real estate team for the proactive way they managed their headquarters, getting a head start on it. Mike Covarrubias, TMG, and his solid team in putting this great building together. And then Mayor Lee and Jennifer for the continued great work they're doing in helping us represent some of the leading technology companies here in San Francisco. So it's a real pleasure to be here. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you all. We're going to break and take the mayor will take some questions individually, but not at the podium. So thanks.